Good morning, afternoon, evening, etc. Whenever it is for you, everybody, and welcome back. Monster Train, the, not Sunday, Tuesday, October 6th at 8:18 p.m. edition. Later than normal edition for Monster Train, apologies. Time got away from me. It's a mix of a lot of things from today, but time did get away from me, and it was also like a lack of motivation to really just do anything today. First day back into work after a nice little small break. It's always like that for me. You get back into work and it's like, oh my god, how much could pile up after one day off? A lot. We got most of it done, but I don't know. Work's in a weird spot for me. I can't help but feel like an actual piece of garbage at work where I'm like, I'm doing my tasks and I'm keeping my... This is like a weird like opener here. I'm doing my daily tasks, I'm doing my daily customer service, and I'm just checking all the boxes essentially, but I can't help but feel I'm just like going in for a paycheck as of late. I haven't pushed myself as hard as I have in the past, and that's for a variety of reasons. And a part of me is like, dude, don't have this mindset, by the way, because you can have these days, that's fine. You can be like this. You don't have to like always be trying to push the agenda, especially if you're in a good spot in life. I'm not saying that I'm not in a good spot in life just compared to like the relative norm here, but it definitely could be better. But I don't know, I feel like I lack a lot of motivation to really strive to improve things. And again, it's for a variety of reasons. We're not going to hamper down this video here with some sadness talk. We're going to play some video games instead. Before we get in there, videos not for kids. I'm also going to mute my phone. Give me a second. Alright, is muted. Let's get an easy George in here. Yeah? Talk less about the average Joe business day, and let's get a W. A George W. I think we won last time. Just give me a second. Sussing it out. We did not win last time, but this is a combo I feel like can work. Unless I feel like I got a victory at some point recently. Oh, no. I did a daily run off screen with this particular guy for the daily this past weekend. It was a lot of fun. I like this guy. This game's a lot easier on the Covenant ranks, but that's not why we play the game to be easy. We play the game for a challenge. Let's do this. We'll stick with the random reformation. We want this guy to pop off. The torches are good for some targeted damage, although we prefer, a certain piercing damage claw ability, which is way better than any basic card in the entire game. That's right, it's Hornbreak. Seraph the Patient. Oh no, it's Seraph the one-shot. So, I have played this game a little bit in my off time, just for funs, Again, I don't record as much as I used to. Apologies for that. One day we'll kick ourselves into gear and do that. Like, there's a lot of things that I want to do, but really just need to get that motivation going. I don't want this to sound like a big depression piece either. We all take our highs and lows in different strides, but we'll get back to it one day, maybe. No guarantee, but we used to do a lot more. Anyway, yeah, long and short of my long witness today. Seraph the Patient sucks. If your main unit takes a hit, it's pretty much guaranteed to die, because the double damage, especially on the upgraded difficulty here, yeah, it'll die at anything that punches it afterwards, and this is only for the boss punch. And he is going to be doing that every time, so we need to have some buffer units in between. These welder helpers are kind of that, but not really, since they have to go behind and then they don't really do anything. This is like horrible disenergy right there. We got some drafts, good damage, and we got some consume sacred wicks. Very good for some targeted reformation. Some abilities trigger an additional time. Not bad for the welder imps that we got, and we can definitely use that to buffer out some of our forces, so that's good. We can let the Little Fade get crushed, and we can buffer up these guys with a bunch of extra armor to hold the line. Or your pyre starts with an additional 15 armor each battle. That's pretty good for the occasional bleed over. Save ourselves some HP. So my voice cracks like I'm a prepubescent boy. And also I trip over my words here. Let's slow down the lingo. Brain's running like a mile a minute right now. We don't need to be going that fast. Little Icarus. So there's the spikes permanently. That will not work against the boss that one-shots us. One-shots us? Jesus, dude. I can't even form a coherent sentence right now. What is wrong with me? Or Firelight, which is going to be the choice because, of the two, this is just going to be better. So we're looking to make some pretty healthy units, some pretty beefy damage units. And that kind of works with the boss is going to be one-shotting your units, because we want these drafts to die and then get reformed into better units, so all of this kind of works together. We can also reform our boss to make him slightly better, and then again use him to Icarus burn these other guys up. You'll see it all pan out here. Starting off with the Mark of the Invasion. I am not starting off with the Mark of the Invasion, because apparently I tried to click it and did not, so interesting start there. I'll take it. We all make mistakes. That one's mine. I'll take the L there. Gonna be missing on some early money. I would like to say, hey, this run's not looking that good to begin with, but that's no way to really play the game, in my opinion. But it definitely may not be the strongest start we've had in a minute, so you'll forgive me if that mistake is not the end of the world. See if we can like bounce back and then maybe take some bigger buffs from the upcoming floors. Go ahead and dunk on these guys. Got a very strong draft form there. Very, very strong. Boss unit shows up. You let these guys get dunked. Prep these guys to get dunked. Nothing to reform, so we'll just let this fade. And mind you, these reforms are random units, so we're kind of hoping to hit something good. That is the definition of something good right there. Prep a unit to actually do something. And you just need one good reform and we pretty much win it. Easy does it. Alright. I'm sad I miss out on money because of a horrible misclick, but hey, them's the break sometimes. Alright, let's see if we can't build something nice out of this. Entombed Explosive buys us some more time, good burst damage. An additional draft just outright is good. If we can target more of these in our deck and get rid of the Train Stewards, we're already in a good spot. So, grab me one of those. And there's a Horn Break for some additional targeted damage, so now if we get any Armor Pierce events or trials, we should be able to crush them easily. And we actually have good units for this, so I'm actually gonna squeeze over here and make that Horn Break God tier. That's the first step. 20 magic power and consume. You're okay slapping onto a torch. This is not exactly the God tier upgrades I was hoping for. I'm not going to drop the 60 spawn dually at this moment. Because essentially it's going to be like 70 gold just to upgrade for the Horn Break. Is it worth it? Let's put our money where our mouth is. We like Horn Break that much. Let's actually go the full mile for it. Let's also start making some of these other guys more palatable when we draw them. Maybe go for like a larger hand type of play here and just keep the engine running. We'll see. Alright, here we go. Enemies start with plus 10 armor. We make up for that initial draft, even though it's the easiest one, or the initial trial, and we go for this one. And that Horn Break's gonna pay dividends. Oh baby, is it gonna pay. Alright, well. Immediately it doesn't look like it's doing much, but bear with me, it'll get there. We're gonna do it like this. Nuke her. He's gonna get the extra damage. We don't really care, because when this guy dies, we're gonna get some extra damage right back at him. And then you go ahead and bop a doodles. This one, 30 damage, pretty good. 48 damage here to block up anyone that's gonna be showing here. No counterplay to that right now. Tragic. Or Sag, again, if we're keeping up with the kids. Burnout for another Reformation here, which is good onto you. You die and we get stronger. Everybody wins. I don't think we really dunked this guy. We can make this guy have 80 armor, which is nice, and then we single stack drafts back here. That'll work. Up until they flood us out and it doesn't. Okay, that's a nice double kill. That takes care of all of our issues. One guy here for buffer. Strike that guy because we can. I'm looking for a big reform here, so we only got one. A little fade coming our way. Plop him in front so these guys get the buffs. Soften these guys up. We have to get more torches so we can just run through those guys. That'll be nice. It doesn't matter who we really target here with the armor reduction outside of the boss, but very minuscule gain. Random reform. That's a good one. And that pretty much seals the deal. Extra seal the deal. Drop it to assert dominance and send it. Alright. So the Horn Break didn't pay too many dividends here, but it did help with the early game, which is all it needs to do. We get a few more of those, if we get the option to duplicate, we'll definitely throw that our way. Another draft, if I do this, that is it for my drafts, and then we just need to specialize in upgrading these guys with a variety of like stats that we need, and then we remove the Train Stewards, and that's pretty much the deck. So, yes to that. Giving them rage doesn't really do anything. There might be a place for a Molten Imp just to get some AoE down for later. I'll take one, but no more than that. Demon Fiend, also very good beef, if we can just plop it down on the floor. It's a 50-50, and when it starts getting reformed, it gets even better, so I'm willing to grab one of those, and for real, no more units. That's pretty much the end right there. We need to go for an energy upgrade so we can play that unit, and then we'll have to suss it out from there. Trinket or duplicate. Once again, putting my money where my mouth is. I'm going to grab the duplicate on that Hornbreak. I do not lie, when I know my vanilla cards when I see them, dude. That was something I, you know, pat myself on the back for in Slay the Spire, even though it's like a very basic thing. But hey, I beat all the levels on Ascension outside for the new character, so, you know, I have a place to speak here. But Hornbreak easily is a top tier vanilla card, and if you see it, you should take it. There are very few cases where you should not take it. That's my hill, and I will die on it. Pay some wealth. Pay some wealth. Friendly units get 3 rage whenever they lose a stack of burnout. That's actually not bad. One of our drafts end up getting super stacked. It's going to be very good. Issue being that we have to sort of remove the other train stewards to make this a little more consistent, or find a way to make Sacred Wicks stay forever, which is going to be a little expensive on some of these magic shops. So it can be done here, although this is a little more enticing, especially if I see something here that I like. So where the trials go. And by that I mean there's no trials here because it's a boss fight. Just kidding, I fooled you. Soul Sucker. Friendly units enter with a Sap 1, Talos attacks every turn, applies Dazed on strike. It's annoying. Thankfully our drafts will not be taking those punches. Well, that's good, because he'll be able to plink off another one as well. That's bad because we don't get any buffs for it. What a weird little thing we got going on right here. I don't really want to buff these guys, but there's no one else that I really care to buff, so I'm just going to say alright. Well, this isn't what I had in mind for like an offensive, but I'm for it. Draft's gonna help chop through that, and you're gonna go ahead and help it out like that. Slap that down there. Slap another draft down. Slice through them, get 8 damage onto the boss. These two burn away. Or they all burn away, sorry. And we go for some big reforms. You thought the government had some big reforms? Check out these reforms. So we do it like this. So you go 1, 2, 3. And we don't want these guys slipping by us, so we actually have to like take the L here and go for this Hornbreak. A little tragic. Some damage will come through. We have healing on the next floor, so it's fine. Healing up to 20. So this is all acceptable. Big wicks, very big wicks. Actually, gonna slap you down here. Soften these guys up for us. And I willingly, yeah, you know, it was better to nuke that one rather than let another full health one go. So yeah, we're gonna be taking 8 damage. Again, we're healing the full off of these guys, so it's not the worst. All these guys are about to get mega buffed from our little fade here. And if Talos shows her face on the second floor, she will rue the day. Alright, that's right. Hide, coward. Another little fade opportunity. It'll take a moment to proc, but that's what we got. Can't play my torch either. Probably would have been better playing the torch. Let's be, you know, real and honest here. Alright, we win. Easy peasy, easy does it. I'm just not even gonna bother playing the spells. We already got it. So we increase the burnout. The dredges become, or the drafts become insanely strong. Get paid and move on. Soon double the amount of rage on friendly units. That's actually very good. That synergizes really well with everything we got going on here. Trigger unit's extinguish ability without killing it. Don't get anything that synergizes with that, unfortunately. So last stand it is. Dude, another Demon Fiend. Okay, I know I said I wasn't gonna take any more, but like, that's beef, dude. That's good beef right there. You wouldn't turn down good beef if you saw good beef, right? It's free. Anyway, weird analogies aside. Would love to thin the deck out, but let's just start buffing up the boys we like. Starting with, yeah, starting with this. We'll go ahead and just splash these on everybody. Rage 7. It's also not bad. I'm actually going to splash that onto you. And that's all we can do. We don't have a lot of money going for us here. But future floors are really looking towards these Merchants of Steel. And the next floor is looking really good if we don't eat it. And then we can't eat it, but... we'll get to a vent eventually. Namely here. It might be our best chance to vent. And here. So we have a chance to remove upwards of 4 cards. We'll play it by ear, of course. It's like one of the few times you see me plan ahead like that. But upwards of 4 removal. And maybe 1 to 2. And look that hard, obviously. Maybe 2, maybe 3 at most upgrades we can continue to stack on, which is good. We can give our guy the Eternal Flame, so he can come back easier without having to, you know, reform him. Will increase his cost, though, but it will make him better. It's tempting. I think we're just going to stick with Firelight. This is already starting to, you know, do well for us. I was going to say pay dividends. This is my go-to. Surprise, I work with investments. Oh, I, you know, use the word pay dividends. 15 armor, 0 fear. 0 fear. We have armor-piercing spell cards. Well, you gotta draw them, obviously, but we do have armor-piercing spell cards. Believe me when I say we have armor-piercing spell cards, because they are in the deck. I just gotta, like, draw them, is the thing. But hey, look at these guys, look at them. Held the line, they did. Held the line, they did. And we're actually gonna start reforming them, hilariously enough. Alright. It's a temporary burst, but it's a burst nonetheless. You're too big to get placed there, so we'll go ahead and plop you down here. Start taking care of these guys. I'll plop you down here so you can die. Gives us a little bit more of a reform target. It's not one we want to hit, but if we get one of those as far as like a shield goes, that's good. It's gonna be p-dang good. Everybody running by me now. Hey. Mostly thinning. 50, 65. These guys are not going to become strong enough to kill anything. So we'll just target on some boys down here. Yeah, I know, I know. Whenever you play spells. Still worth it to remove 1 threat. And the draft would be really good up there, but it's not actually work. This will. Again, cleaving through with those. Getting kind of lucky with that. We can soften this guy up just a wee bit more. It'll get us into 1-shot range on him, so that's good. So we'll only take 6 additional damage. There's a nice 95 number. This plan gets a lot harder when you can't focus pull out the guy you need to kill, you know? Yeah, it definitely gets a little harder if that is the case. 8 reform targets. We're hitting the good ones, thankfully. But it's not really doing it for us. We need to draw our armor pierce cards to sort of help out here. Like, we desperately needed to draw our armor pierce cards to even have a chance. Alright, remember I said I had no fear? Maybe I should have had a little bit more fear? I mean, obviously I only had 2 in the deck, but like, you know... I feel like I would have drawn them on rotation a little bit better. But also my fault there for clogging up the, you know, the respawn tunnel there with too much garbage. That was never going to work out when I had all these other boys in there. Like, I drew my boss once, so that one's on me. A little bit of a, you know... bad RNG on some of those draws, but that's ultimately on me. Nothing would have really saved that run going for that. If we didn't go for the armor, we easily could have done it because those guys had like 2 HP. Yeah. I take the L, let's go again. Entombed Explosive, 2 Welder Helpers again, and Engulfed in Smoke. That card just has disenergy with everything Little Fade wants to do, though. You know? I mean, obviously this probably works. We could probably give this a shot. Who's my Seraph again? You know what? If there's a time for it to, you know, be used, it's gonna be here, so... Let's see if we can't make this guy work out with some of these weird stealth tactics. Conserve energy between turns. That's spicy. A very spicy meatball. Oh, geez. What do we even have here? So he has to kill. Well, obviously it's going to be conserve energy between turns because that's god tier in any card game, in my opinion. But, my deck at the moment is not. Non-boss enemy units get +4 attack. Well, it doesn't matter if I die in one shot anyway, so I'm gonna do it. We're just looking for ways to stall out and make sure my guy gets as many kills as he can. I don't think this entirely works like I'm thinking it's going to. No, it doesn't at all. Okay, let him die, because we actually have the ability to reform him. And this actually guarantees us a kill on Tinkerbell here, so that's good. And this will prepare us for an additional kill. We don't want to clog the deck with our train stewards, okay. Cool. Well, it's working. And that's about as good as it was gonna get. I didn't expect to get this far, to be honest, but yeah. That's 2 more kills, if I'm not mistaken. You expire. Good. Let's reform units now. Very interesting units to reform here. We got a torch coming our way. Guess a little bit more damage there. Good. Singular reform. Well, not good because we needed to hit something else, but alright. I'll take it. Let me see how many spikes we're at here and then try and synergize from there. Had I known I was going to go spikes, I would have absolutely gone Awoken Secondary. We're up to 7 spikes. That's not that bad. That's not that bad. Consume, gain 1 energy for each friendly unit that died this battle. That can get pretty nutty with this trinket. We can go for some pretty ridiculous plays with that, actually. Namely in the... a little pain in my ribs there. Namely with the Hellhorn units, you can get some of those big boys out there, like Consumer of Crowns even, with enough energy conserved. And again, Pierce, because it's Pierce. Alright, yeah, no, we're doing it. Like, this is an out. This is a weird out that doesn't have anything to do with our boss. The boss is secondary, but that'll do. That'll do. In fact, if we get Large Stone or Multi-Strike on this, that'll be pretty insane. But a smarter, more consistent play would be to... Oh wait, I didn't read this all the way. Slay gain +2. Okay. Would be to improve our spells to make the deck work here. And if this guy can pop off, that'll be good. Hold up. 1 Hell Event. Two Hell Events. So we don't Hell Event here. We have a chance to go for some upgrades there. But if we spend all of our money on the spell upgrades, then it's kind of moot. I don't want to just play around Consumer of Crowns because I know it's good, right? I haven't been on like the Reddit for this game ever, but like I have no doubt Consumer of Crowns has to be one of the top tier sort of comps you can go for. Still, we could use the extra unit anyway, so this will probably work out. Harvest. This will have some nice synergy with what we're doing. You have my attention. Sure, he doesn't play nicely with anybody else on his floor, but this is all good. I'm gonna stick with the 25 HP as well. That's a solid unit right there. I have no problem hell eventing that particular boy if the opportunity arises. Enemies enter with 10 armor. My spikes are not strong enough for me to do that, and I see you, and you're gonna cause me problems. And I was thinking about these guys. Like, I could easily clean house with these guys as the plan. So we're gonna say no to that. As much as I want to. I could potentially do it, but that's a little too risky to start us off. Well, we get one. Hilarious. Fine. Keep your secrets. So they can all get away. This is a matter of if I want to be greedy or not. And this is supposed to be my buffer boy to help me deal with things, but we can still make money off of this at least. This sucks, but we can make money. In fact, there you go. There's your fantastic top floor defense. If any of these guys want to zip all the way to the top floor, that's fine. I didn't get any spike procs, by the way. A little tragic. But whatever. Not a little tragic, like completely tragic. But hey, look at all this money I'm making. Isn't that great? Okay. Send it. I got one spike sack off of that. It was not the plan. Not in the slightest. And I guess I could throw this guy down for an additional 10 damage, but we're trying to stack up the spikes here. Alright, well. We have one shot at stacking up said spikes here. No. No. Well, we win. And by this guy dying, we, essentially pay our bills twofold. Actually. Oh, I don't have enough. Math is hard. Alright, we win, and we made a fair bit of change off of that floor as well, so I'll take it. More stealth is nice. That feeds into what we're trying to do, I suppose. It's really just letting you pop as many people as you can. So yeah, I'm gonna grab it. Vents. Vents is good AoE. And we can combine that with our, money bags here. Potentially make a good bit of change on some AoE floors. Or we can go for the hidden passage. Always good to combine our units together and make some pretty pog-tastic boys. Also good, also good. Really not feeling any of these though, so I'm just gonna take the 10 money. The vents is good, but I need to sink more money into it, and we have different things we want to focus on upgrading. And I've already said I was going to do this. We will hell event a second consumer of crowns. This is a very forward type of play here, but bear with me. It's on the agenda. This will work. We need units to actually be able to play these guys. God. Playing a blight card deals 100 damage to the front enemy unit. It costs 3. When you summon friendly units, get +1 attack for each blight card in your deck. Not that great. When you play your first blight card, restore 5 health to the pyre. I just don't like this event. And I hate having events that we don't do anything with because it's just sort of like a dead floor, in my opinion. Alright, Horned Warrior. This is all on purpose, and Horned Warrior is also not bad to revive a few times. So we want to make sure as many units as we can get killed here will die. And if we can possibly get our Spikes Lord down here to do some work, that'll be nice too. Excellent. Put this here to get some damage out. Nuke him. Alright, Horned Warrior gets plopped down here. Train Steward gets plopped down here. Explosive Bomb gets plopped down here to reflect onto him. Up to 15 on these guys. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Don't fret, don't fret. You're gonna need the armor here in a second. If we're thinking for the future. Dunk them. They cost 7. We just need to conserve our energy at any point in time. Well, that solves the problem. In about a turn. Let these guys get owned. The energy we're conserving right now is next to none. There we go. We can't spend all of this. It's just physically impossible. You can most certainly try, though. And the boss shows up, and then we get our consumer of crowns on the rebound, and we're good to go. Also, not bad units here. Not bad at all. But we're looking for some very particular lads here. I can't play them because there's no space. We really didn't think this deck through either, did we? The we being me. I can't squeeze anybody anywhere. By me plopping that there, we can't squeeze out our boss unit. I am playing very poorly right now. We're not dead. That's the biggest thing here, is we're not dead. Not the greatest either. It's gonna be 60 damage up front. And then we could stealth them. Yeah, I didn't do much of anything. Okay, hey, what about like a third run, and we don't go for the spikes build, which is my favorite build in this game, and we try and, you know, draft into the, you know, the Icarus respawn lord to carry me, maybe, sorta. Okay, yeah, let's give that a shot. Molded's good. Ritual battle is subjective. Subsuming blade is garbage. Anyone that defends this, I mean, it's piercing, so there's something to be said there. It's got some traits of like a card I like, but if there's a way I can increase that damage stacking, maybe you got like a case there, but I don't know, dude. I don't know. Oh my god. So yeah, this is a all-time classic right now. The die on the first boss multiple times, and or like the first floor, the first like trio of floors multiple times. Apologies for that. Summoning 4 random units, it's good because it doesn't include the boss unit, and if I'm not mistaken, that's how I actually almost got a win once before. So you know what? Yeah, that gets me like a nice mid game, and I can freaking respawn my Icarus boy many times. So yeah, I'm on board. Let's do it up. It also thins out your deck, technically. The extra reforms are going to help target this, but if he's the only one dying outright early on, then not really much merit to it. This guy's going to get away. Tragic. But that's how it be sometimes. Or I get Subsuming Blade. Not really worth Subsuming Blade for a singular stack, in my opinion. Let it go. Alright. Minor damage sustained, but overall, easy George right now. Easy George. Cool. And that's pretty much how it's going to be with this guy, which is good, because on the third video I didn't want to be here for like an hour and a half. This guy will speedrun us through the early floors. Easy peasy. Crushing Demise, also not bad. Memento Mori. Deal damage to the front enemy equals to 10 times the number of friendly units that die at this battle. That'll get pretty good as well. That'll be a very good, like, 1-2 punch for us. We need to make it cheaper, obviously, to play it. It'll be a nice little additional punch on top of other things. Crushing Demise is just good, though. Especially because we have all these train stores that eventually we don't want to have stacked there. And just going 1-for-1 on, obviously, better units is going to be nice. Vent is good for some AoE damage, and we can slap a +10 onto that for some easy burst. I'll grab an Alpha Fiend. Just anything that we can use to replace Train Stewards and still have the ball ready to go if we need to just sack someone for the sake of sacking them. It's all good. No crazy units to upgrade at the moment, so we'll take the money. We'll grab that bag. Can we make Subsuming Blade good? I don't know if I can. Does this do it? It just gets us further ahead. It is piercing still. So even though I hate it, this is still a good utility card to have, and the occasional kill on this is going to make it better? Sure. Why not? I can't complain too much about that. Not removing any spells with Consume. Spell upgrades. These are all really secondary at the moment. Making my torches better is not really on the agenda. Getting vents to do something is, however. Well, not exactly what I had in mind, but alright. It's a one-time use situation. So even if this costs, you know, we have no mana to back it up, that's still going to be nice. Crushing Demise is a freebie, also nice. Use that to replace our unit with the Reforged there. Pieces kind of flow together. It's alright. It's all good. It's all good. Enemies enter with armor. I'm going to do it. I have a Subsuming Blade and I'm not afraid to use it. And I have a Crushing Demise. Also not afraid to use it. Just start... Subsuming Blade will take care of you. Just start cracking into that, lad. Thank you for the garbage. I want to play the Rage because it'll actually clear through these guys. But then we're not playing Little Fade, which slows us down by a lot. That ain't no basic slowdown. That's like a mega slowdown. That being said, there may be some merit in that. I mean, there's a merit in it, but like it's not really coming to fruition here. I was kind of hoping it'd be a little better. Was that my day? Does something happen? Nothing's died, so I can't reform anything? Oh my Jesus Christ. Where's the Subsuming Blade? It's freaking tucked itself away to the bottom of the freaking deck, dude. Show yourself right now. I freaking dare you. We've been clogged by the Sinner's Burden. Thankfully, we don't lose. We just lost a little bit of HP for it. But the Rage stack up there definitely helped out a little bit. And grabbing this guy kind of saved the run. But yeah, not a good show in there. Okay. Entombed Explosive, I see. We don't really want to grab these since they are garbage units that end up clogging up that floor. We just want to have more quality units. The bombs are good, but it doesn't do much for us. Eventually, if we get like a bunch of good units here and we get our boss units stacked up really well and we could just boop them up to the top floor on the, you know, levels where we have 6 or 7 waves, that'll be a good thing. Legions of Wax? Yes. In fact, give me 4 of those. I will remove every other monster in my deck so that guy will clog the floor with 4 of his selves. And boom, it's done. I don't even need to upgrade him, although I want to, so we'll hold off on hell eventing him at the moment. Yeah, upgrade here. Then hell event. Then hell event. Okay, we'll get a chance to make 2 more. We're dreaming big here. We just gotta survive. For now, we'll take the HP and the trinket. 3 stacks of burn each time it's applied. Enemy units that enter the room before the pyre are dazed. It's gonna be a little bit better. Just a little bit, not that much more. Bone Shaker, Merchants, yes. You still go Hellhorned. That is not the Hellhorn I was hoping for. Keep your potion. Also a bad event, I dare say. There's a chance that you just get something that's really bad. The equivalent of like, hey, here's a reward that you're going to pass on anyway. And it's like, ah, yes, thank you. How kind of you to give me such a treasured gift. That's what we're talking about. And that's like the premier ideal situation. Alright. Sucks that you're going to die, but we'll make you stronger. We'll build you stronger. Keep letting him get dunked. I can reform Legion of Wax, that's right. Because it technically counts as its own little thing. That's very good. Is this the Subsuming Blade value play? Pog. Also ideal. Roasty toasty. It's good up until like you realize the smaller versions of this guy are also going to clog up the deck, which is not ideal, but it's what we'll have to live with. We'll plop him up here because that's max energy. We have no more energy to give. Keep him safe, Legion of Wax. Good. Get some boss damage going there. Hang on, is the Legion of Wax considering those other, like, small guys? It doesn't look like it is. Alright, this is like a one-shot. Crush him. Move that issue. May as well move you up a floor. That's a good unit. Quite good. This guy's gonna burn out way before this guy ever gets touched, so we'll use that for some extra burst. Can't squeeze anybody out up there. We still have 2 more layers of defense here, and the guy that's doing 80-16, so easy clap. Alright. Legion of Wax. How could I forget my good friend Legion of Wax? Alright, now we got something here. You know, cute and Jerry Seinfeld voice. For reals this time. We have something here. Extinguish. +8 permanently. Nah. Consume cards in hand and add a draft unit to your hand for each card. And apply 10+10 for each card consumed. No. Maybe? 9 PM alarm. I told you I took a nap. Just get a pretty podtastic draft. At the cost of what? A bunch of fireballs and we could thin out our deck at the same time? Well, let's give it the consideration, but I'm not sold yet. Rail Beater. No thanks. Kinda got what we want here. And it has to be energy if you're going for this type of play with the boss. So look at anything that gives us extra energy. Alright. Plop yourself down over here. And tell the tale of the Mega Legion of Wax. He'll only be playable by himself. But when he is played, it'll be from a position of power. A very potent position of power. So we may need to consider a space upgrade in the future here. I will also start purging. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we remove 2 of these. Remove. I'm gonna remove 2 of these guys right now, even though that reduces the effectiveness on that floor. Because we'll just grab a different unit to plug the hole and then figure it out from there. So that's good. Eternal Flame 2. Signed up, ready to do work. And eventually when they die, we have a reform ready to give ourselves some buffer space for this guy to actually do his job. It's gonna be great, it's gonna be grand. Non-boss units heal when they move up the floor. Don't think we have the damage to deal with that. Yeah, no we don't. So what, 38? 38, 43. Nope. Yeah, we don't do this. Not in anybody's lifetime. Now, if we can just get you to be in the front every time, that'll be Gul'dan. Ten Rage. Got him. Less than ideal, as a start goes. So be it. We got the consume damage on this, so I'm going to take the subsuming blade and just, you know, do some work. Namely on you. Boss unit survives 1 more floor, that's fine. Things slipping away from me, less fine. However... not like that. But this is what I was thinking, because now I remove a dead weight and I get just a mega draft here. He dies instantly, but he does help out in removing some threats. despite these guys like immediately going to the top floor anyway. This is pretty much like the final defense here. He's dazed, so he does a little less. No, don't torch him. Play your boss unit. Rough going early, but this is to be expected. Subsuming Blade gets stacked. Bigger drafts. And we still have one more of these guys in our pocket. Big damage. Bigger shields. Boss gets dunked. Very cool, very cool. No subsuming blades, we're done with those. Fatal melting. Not as much. We're not really going for like a killer units a lot outside of our boss, so no. And then all of this just to stack up on a guy that's going to die anyway is kind of also no. Let me consider this with the Legion of Wax. All these units upgrades and stat changes. Rage doesn't count, and armor doesn't count as far as I know. Because it changes their stats, but not in the same way of like actually giving them HP would, so it's not good. Hop down over here, mosey down over here. Go ahead and duplicate. It might even be duplicate some Alpha Fiends, because those guys got some beef behind them, but this is going to get really silly with how many units we'll have out. Unless I'm misunderstanding how many units I'll be able to get out with Legion of Wax, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Friendly units gain Extinguish. Apply 5 armor to the front friendly unit. That works a little bit with Legion of Wax. Albeit a very small amount, but it does work with it. Or a spell that have consume have a chance not to be consumed, which consists of just the Sacrificial Resurrection and my Vent. So I'll just grab the extra armor. I like to say thanks for the trinket, but really it's more like a thanks for nothing sort of deal. Ooh, this one's going to be obnoxious. Legions of Wax will buy us some time here, though. Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about right there. That's the ticket. Okay, we eat the stealth. Good stealth eats, good stealth eats. Subsuming Blade. I want the money. I really do, but there's more value in doing it like this. Tragic. He is dazed, however. Oh, I thought that was another fireball. I'm not entirely here. And that's not very clear at this point, but hey. Thumbs up for that. Okay. Little fade, and here we can actually do something. Could have placed you at the top and then dunked you for a bonus, but this works too. House has been cleaned. A little bit of damage. Nothing has died, so this needs to die before I can like give this guy any sort of protection, because the stealth is going to just completely eat him alive, so that'd be foolish. So do it like that, and then we summon up a Mega Draft for this. And by Mega Draft, I mean Mega Draft for the future. Separate them. That's a lot of time we're buying right there. And something has died. Reminder, I gave him large stone. Something is too big. Well, we win. Legions of Wax hold the line. Allows the freaking, whatever his name is here. I forget his name. The Alpha Fiend to really do his work. Giving Alpha Fiend multi-strike would actually be pretty pog. Wix. We don't really need Reformation. It's kind of just like hold it with what we got right now. Now that's a tempting card. I will very rarely be able to play it outside of like pure endgame, because I need to be playing my boss unit every time I get him. But there will be times where I could play that and maybe slap a freeze onto it to buy us some time. That I'm kind of cool with the idea. Also, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna go over here. Remove you. Remove you. And we have room for one more unit to join the, you know, the beefy juicy spice squad. I feel like I could do so much better than +5, +10. I'm gonna greed. I'm gonna greed roll. Oh! Please don't end up in the front. I swear to God, if you end up in the front, I'm gonna cry. Let's just make the deck more consistent as it can be, because we got something going here. Took us 3 runs in one video to get here, but we got something going for us. Apply days to your units. That sucks. The weight also sucks, but as long as we say, hey, we're okay with the weights, as long as we get our main unit out, 2 thumbs over. And you know what? Secondary defense is also ready. Gives us something to reform that'll actually do some work. Guarantee your death. 10 HP. No debuffs for me. Again, it's a time where I'd love to do the Inferno play. It doesn't really work, because I need to get my boss summoned. Why don't we just ascend... Oh god, you're in front. Why? Ascend him so we're gonna have to deal with his baloney. Yeah, you're gonna get strong. Subsuming Blade, we can play it. Boss unit, we can play it. This is his final death. And then from there, we just plop him at the top and let the game do what it needs to do. Listen, giving him rage is good, but it doesn't really do anything right now. Giving one of these guys rage will do a little bit. Why'd you have to be in the front, dude? That's tragic. Absolutely tragic. Okay. Popping off one of these guys. Remove you. Good. Alright, final boss form. Up here you go. And we'll get you some of these guys for defense later on. Make sure nothing gets by. Good. Although I don't like you losing your HP, but still, good enough. Yeah, he's not going to live long enough. We might want to invest in some like armor cards or something with that. Subsume. He dies in 3 turns. We will get a little bit more value by pushing him up here, and then just making an additional draft. This is how you lose the run, but we don't have to worry about pressing that button because we kill him. We have enough Legions of Wax to hold the line for 15 years. Truly, we're hoping RNG just is kind to us and we get our Alpha Fiend in the back. So that's all it'll take. That's all it'll take for this to be a George. No. Remove all burnout and debuff effects. No. No. No to all of this. Tragic. A travesty. We have one more Hell Event, so this is going to be our defined path next time, so we should probably grab some HP here. We're not really losing that much HP. This is the difference between like a greed player like doing something that's going to maybe make a difference, and I'm going to greed. When you summon your first imp, gain 1 energy and draw 1. Oh boy. Deal 5 damage when an enemy unit burns out. Burnout unit dies. We'll get some value out of that. Very little, but we'll get something. Penance Yard. Am I a joke to you? I am just a big joke to you. We'll get a little value out of this, right? Very little value, but we will. That'll be +3. I'll gain 3 dead weights. It'll be +5 onto my Alpha Fiend. 15. No, it's just really not worth it. Twice! We've gotten that event twice tonight. I can't believe it. Be honest with you. Upgrade Inferno. Just do it. And then reroll, upgrade it again. If this costs 1, we can play our boss early on and then nuke the first floor to further buy ourselves some time. Should, you know, it'll permit. That'll work. Spikes is a no. Spikes is a joke. I will not take spikes and you cannot make me. Eternal Flame 3. The final flame. We didn't upgrade our space. We upgraded our energy. The only unit we can really buffer ourselves with will be this boy. And when he dies, it's going to be too late. So pretty much, we need to... We might even be able to like squeeze out a Crushing Demise, but this is where it gets a little RNG heavy. So pretty much, yeah, we're just hoping like this whole floor holds the line. Once we get to that next, you know, final level. This isn't it, by the way. For some reason, I'm like, this is the end. We're not there yet. We still have some time. I'm just sort of thinking for the future. Well, we'll get one more Legion of Wax. That should be sufficient. What-oh, indeed. Also nice having this extra energy. We can do some cheeky stuff like this. And that's really going to start clearing the floors out for us. Good hit. Might be able to get him. Yeah, I think just take what we can get from that. That's gonna be 3 hits, 30 damage. Unfortunate. One Legion of Wax has fallen. Wish this would have happened 1 turn later, because I could probably plop you down here, and I probably still would be able to, actually. Give him some armor. Upgrade the blade, though. Truly just slow him down. We're removing 2 molds, but we have 2 more other molds to back this up. So I can dig it. Can't play it, though. Ouch. That buys us a lot of damage as is. Send him so he dies because he's dazed, and we just bop these guys. And he's dead. We don't even need our boss. It's the whole show is on these guys right here. Legions of Wax. So maybe we should be plopping our boss on the first floor just to start softening things up, even if he does die instantly. That's probably not bad. Second one of these is also not a bad idea if we just want to keep using him for an easy nuke. Don't want to clutter the deck, though. We have a lot of easy nukes. This is fine, because we're not slowed right now. Extra unit. We've been asking for those. It's doable. It's doable. Mind you, we've been at like 3/4 strength. Ski daddle over here. I'm of two minds, because I can do this. That'll be a huge damage increase. They don't strike first, however. Or we go for the extra Legion of Wax. If we truly get unlucky and we 1 in 4 Alpha Fiend to the front, it was never meant to be. This guy will buy us a billion years worth of time. I'm going to commit to that. Get me the armor. Don't even want to peek what's in there because I can't grab anything anyway. Imagine if we got these guys multi-strike. That'd be actually insane. What? Oh, you want me to peek the shop? Okay, I'll peek it. Yeah. We didn't miss out. Alrighty. Seraph the Spell Card Consumer. How's it going, buddy? That's pretty good. That's almost as good as it can get, really. Almost, not entirely. In fact, if we can just get this guy to be really good, and then, you know, tier 5 and push him up here. I forget if he goes to the front or not, but that's still going to be better than anything else we can get, right? Alright. Start cranking out that damage. How many are we bleeding? Minor bleeds. Minor bleeds. Check this play out. Yeah, he does nothing. That's right. It's okay. We're okay. We recognize we could bleed a little bit. This is far from ideal, but whatever. Just slow him down where we can here. This is good. Oh wait, did I just lose? Did I just lose? Vent, vent, vent. No vent. That's exact damage. I lose. My HP is the defeat of me. He just got in range where he starts killing people too. Frig off. Dude. I hate this game. I played too greedy at the end there, I know, but really? I guess we should have went for the +5 upgrade on the Horned Boy. Well, that's an hour I won't get back, but it's not an hour that I regret. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I know videos are still slowly trickling out, and I do apologize for anyone that's truly committed and still been with me for all these, what is it, like 3 years? It just sort of, really, again, this ain't a YouTube career. There ain't no career playing here. It's just playing video games. Uploading videos for the people that want to see it. Do apologize that the videos have been slow, tone, pace, everything. Me has just been very off. It's quite the year. Tackling it in very interesting ways. Work, personal life, and then just, you know, trying to keep myself healthy. Variety of things. I'm not here to sap onto this, but I'm just trying to say, appreciate your patience when the videos are slow, and it takes me some time to get these out here. Hope you enjoyed this one today. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you on Thursday, ideally, for the next one. Take it easy, everybody.